Okay, now we got a little analyzation here for a member on his heel side and toe side wake jumps. So I've actually skipped forward to about 34 seconds. And first thing we're going to look at is the toe side jump. Just basically there's something that was pretty glaring that I saw wrong on the toe side, and I saw certain things on the heel side. This video clip, by the way, has several heel side, toe side jumps, and they all pretty much do the same thing. So as far as the things that are could be improved on. So let's start off with this toe side. What's really happening here is you're letting off your edge. It's because you're starting with too strong of an edge. You're not building your way up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here and show you. You just turned into the wake, and if you look at your body position, it's nice and strong. You have a good strong edging position. But the problem is you're not going to be able to keep up with this strong edging position. And if you look at the way your body's leaning, now if I skip forward a little bit, notice how now it's a little bit straighter. Now it's almost perfectly straight up. Now you're actually almost leaning back. You see how you've let off your edge? Remember that strong angle you had, your body angle, how you're leaning against the rope? Now you're almost counterproductive in leaning the opposite direction, and now you're actually leaning back. You're almost completely off. You're basically completely off edge at this point. So what you've done is, instead of progressively building your edge, you've progressively lost your edge. So actually how you'd want to start is the complete opposite. You should be at this point more at the beginning and building your way up to a stronger edge at the end. So you're kind of going in the wrong direction. What happens is it makes you let off your edge, which puts you up on your heels when you take off, and that's when you start falling back. And when you start falling back, obviously you have to let go of the handle with one arm, usually with your rear hand, to keep your balance in the air and stuff. And that causes you just basically to stay off edge, and that'll also definitely hurt your air, the air time you get and the distance and stuff you travel. So if you had a more progressive edge building to the wake, you'd probably much easier clear the wake on your toe side instead of casing it. So let's just see it one more time real quick. I'll just kind of go through it quickly without pausing it. You can see we're going to start off with a real strong edge, and you can see how you just kind of slowly let off as you were progressing through. Okay, next up is the heel side. Now the heel side, the edging looks fine to me, and you seemed right on with your assessment. Up here he was talking about what he thought he was doing wrong, which is not extending off the wake, and that's what it looks like to me as well. He comes in here, he's got a nice edge. You can see he actually squats even more as he gets into the wake. He's building a little bit more for a nice poppy up and down type jump. And he starts kind of extending here, so it looks like it's going to be good. But then you can see right up here, you kind of absorb the pop of the wake, and it's not so bad to where you're not clearing the wake, or not getting a decent amount of air, but you are limiting yourself, your full potential. So if I actually play that again, let's see if I can get a better pause point where the absorption happens. Kind of right there, and it's not, like I said, it's not terrible. You can see that you're not fully extended, but it's not completely terrible. So you could be pushing off a little bit more on your heel side at the top of the wake, but like I said, it's not that bad, and that's why you're able to clear the wake and still get a pretty nice jump on your heel side edge. So that's the one thing I would think about on your heel side. And on your toe side, it's glaringly obvious, at least to me, that you're just letting off your edge. So you need to focus on actually starting slower, and that'll make you have to build your edge to try to clear the wake. When you start strong like you do, it's a lot harder, especially for not a extremely experienced rider, to keep that hard edge. It's really hard to do that. It's much easier to start slow and build your way up, and you'll have a much stronger edge that way.